Good evening to everyone.
I request all participants to mute themselves and please raise your hand whenever you have any query. We'll start in 2 minutes. Until then, please mute yourselves and yes, we'll start in 2 minutes.
Can we switch off the video, please? Or is it mandatory to have the video?
There's no compulsion to keep your video on. If you're comfortable enough, it's your choice. So now we'll be starting the session. I request all the student speakers to please switch on their camera. I think we have everyone with us now today. So we'll be starting the session now. Am I audible? Can anyone please confirm if I'm audible enough?
Yes, Pranjal, you're audible.
Oh, yes, you're audible.
Thank you. A very good evening to everyone present here. I, Pranjali Gupta, will be your host for this session with my co-host Akshat Rawat. This session is aimed at having an informal interaction with you, potential IMT candidates, about everything IMT, the universe. We have student speakers from all three IMT campuses, Nagpur, Hyderabad, Gaziabat, who will take you on a journey of their respective campuses, its culture, curriculum, events, admission process, how to prep, and everything beyond as well. The only thing we demand from you is interaction on a two-way street. We are open to all queries and will do our best to resolve them. So all the speakers are requested to keep their video on all times and audio accordingly. And the participants are requested to raise their hands appropriately whenever they have any query or any interaction is demanded. Please don't just switch off your, unmute yourself and speak, because it will be really difficult for us to manage the session then. I hope everybody has understood that. And yes, about the video, you can keep your video on if you are comfortable enough. Else, it's not an issue. So let me start with an introduction to IMT. Institute of Management Technology, IMT, was set up in 1980 and has been a pioneer in offering top-class management education in the private sector in India. The management programs of IMT are profiled appropriately with the evolving skills required for the business world. IMT has smart campuses across the nation with ultra-modern academic facilities, deep corporate engagement, intensive international connect, faculty-rich experience in industry and academics. I request Akshat to take the session forward.
Thank you, Pranjali. So I'm talking about the four pillars of IMT at which we IMTians feel proud of. The first one being the legacy. We have a 40-year of shining legacy. We have an alum base of more than 15,000 people, in which 1,000 are C-suite people, that they are CEO, CFO, CTO, CMO of their respective companies. The most interesting part is you name a company and we have an IMTN in their senior management position. The second pillar being the leader. We are leading the league of top ranked business school in the country. We have been ranked top consistently in the ranking by different rating agencies in India. We have been ranked fourth by Business World, fifth by India Today, and fifth by Business India in their latest ranking. The third pillar being the learning. Pedagogy driven by strong industry academic collaboration is what IMT is all about. We follow a case learning pedagogy. Harvard Business School case studies help us to learn our concepts by implementing it in a real world environment, and this helps us to develop a critical thinking and analytical thinking. The last but the foremost important pillar is being the location. We have a strategically located campus around IT and business hubs. Given the proximity of Ghaziabad to Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, which have almost every company's business unit, it gives an IMT an undue advantage over all other B schools. Anjali, can you take it from here?
Thank you, Akshat. Now, this session, I would like to tell you, this session is a very informal, interactive session. So, whatever your queries are, you can input them in the chat box or in the Q&A section below, and we'll be taking them at appropriate times. Please be as interactive as possible. This session is for you students for covering anything related to IMT regarding campuses, events, the new admission process, the placement report, everything. So the curriculum, the courses that we offer, everything and anything that you would want to know related to IMT. We are the students of IMT. I and Akshat, Aradhya and Sai Anurag, we are from IMT Ghaziabad in our first year, and Anish and Sheva are from IMT Hyderabad, and Isha and Abhishek are from IMT Nagpur. They'll be taking their own respective campuses later as well. So please be interactive as possible. We are in this journey of MBA ourselves, and you can just ask us anything. We'll be open to all our questions. Just input them in the chat box or in the Q&A part. Thank you. Now, I would like to start the segment where we'll be telling you about our own experience when we came into IMT, about how we gave the personal interview, what all did we prepare for it, the SOP that we prepared for IMT, and this we'll be doing campus-wise. So I would like to invite first IMT Nagpur. Abhishek, please take this forward.
Thank you, Pranjali. Hope I'm audible. Hello.
Yes, Abhishek, you're audible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Abhishek Shukla, and I'm currently pursuing Pgdm from IMT Nagpur. Last year, I had written SOP. There was 3 questions, and the word limit was 300. So the first question was, why management as a career? What value it can add to my distinct personality? Talking about me, when I started my venture, I realized that management learning was missing. I wanted to do MBA to gain knowledge so that in future I can start my own venture. MBA will enhance my knowledge, transform my personality. I can handle critical situation well. I will think more clearly so that I can make better decisions. You have to ask yourself why you are doing MBA. Is it for career switch? You want growth in your career? That's why you are doing. You have to ask yourself, and everyone is unique for their query. The second question was, why do you want to join IMT? When I asked to one of my friends that they did completed their MBA from IMT Nagpur. I asked them. They said that academics and curriculums are according to industry standard. Being one of the oldest B school, IMT is a brand in business schools, and also IMT Nagpur has a rich alumni base, which will eventually help me in future. And the last was I will get learning opportunity through different clubs and committees. This is what I had written in my SOP. Now, the third question was, what is your future career goal in this span of next 7 or 10 years? And how IMT can help you achieve your goal? So my basic aim was to tell what my goal was in coming 5 or 10 years. So I written that I want to get good position in any organization. Whatever I will study and extracurricular activities, I will do it. I will help in honing my skill and personality so that I can make good management decision. And after 10 years, if I plan open my own business, then education which I will get will help me in achieve my business goals. See, everyone goal is different. I mean, I would suggest you to dig deeper and think you will find your uniqueness and goals related to how IMT and related to how IMT can help you in this journey. So, talking about the personal interview, I often believe that, I often, before interview, I was thinking that yes, panelists will grill you, but this is not, but this is not right. Like, they just want to know you. They just, what's your journey so far? Like, till what, before MBA, what's your journey so far? Whatever you are writing about yourself or during admission process, make sure that you know each and everything, be it job experience, be it hobby or interest, about extracurricular activities you did. You should know each and everything because they can ask question from anywhere. I would say I would recommend one thing that whatever you have done so far, make 1 or 2 pages on it. If panelists ask for what you have done, at least you are clear what you have done. And last, I would suggest start reading newspaper and magazine regularly. Like being a business going for the MBA, you should know diverse thing. Like how much you know that is how much you know that is happening around you. That is very much required in MBA. So this is my experience. I hope you will ace through this process. Yes, Pranjali. I mean, someone else can share their experience.
Um, thank you, Abhishek. Isha, if you would like to add something to this, else we'll move on to IMT Hyderabad.
Yeah. You can move forward.
Okay, thank you, Isha. We'll move on to IMT Hyderabad now. Anish and Sheva, you can take this forward.
So first of all, thank you so much, Pranjali, for giving us this opportunity. Second, a very warm welcome to everybody who actually wants to become the future business leader in the market. As IMT Hyderabad says, we are nurturing the business leaders of the future. One thing that IMT Hyderabad, or I would say entire IMT faculty, would be judging you guys will be on how you pitch yourself or how you elevate your pitch accordingly. So what we did as a fresher, like in the year 2020, when I was taking the interview, like I was a part of the interview session, I did an elevator pitch of 60 seconds. And these elevator pitch are something which will not just comprise of who you are or where do you belong to. These elevator pitch will also encompass of all the achievements that you have had, like the major ones in the past. One. The second, what was your background? Why did you choose to be a part of the business acumen? And the third is if you have any particular work experience, like I had a work experience of 2.5 years. So I was having certain pointers, like, the achievements or the key responsibilities I was associated with. And the last and not the least was, what are my hobbies? Because at some time you never know whether the person who's taking your interview is a cricket fan or a football fan, and maybe you can actually run the entire interview basis the first 1 minute. So if you say the person, like if you are a football fan, let's say, and if you pitch it during an elevator pitch of first minute, entire conversation can actually revolve around football, or let's say the sports or any other culture items. So make sure you do not miss out on anything of your personal achievements during the PI. And the second and the second thing I would suggest you guys, likewise my friend said, to be very much accustomed to the current affairs. Right now, if I have to say, the Suez Canal was one of the highest spoken topic in the recent past. So you can actually read about all those, major international issues, because at times people do not just judge you how much you are informative about your local areas or the country, but also about the international acumen. Because at IMT, as Pranjali rightly said in the very first beginning, we are not just limited to India, but we are also limited to the global business acumen. So I would suggest you to prepare your entire elevator pitch first minute, the point that I mentioned, and the second to also be aware about the current affairs. Talking about the SOP, Abhishek has already informed you about the question that were asked last time. This time there might be certain different, but overall the entire thing will revolve around you. Like, why did you want to join MBA? How do you think IMT as a brand can enhance your future growth, and what do you expect from the college? And please guys, be very much sure that if the person is asking what are your expectations from the college, you cannot just say that I want a good job, because you know what, a MBA student is looking forward for a 360-degree development. And over here at IMT, during the 2 years of your journey, you will be guided through the entire course, like curriculum, extracurriculum, course structure, fest, event management, a lot of things that are very much necessary for like to survive in this particular industry. So make sure why these things are very important to you. And I remember one of the faculty who was taking our interview, they asked me, why just IMT and not any other college? So here you have to be very specific to the pointers. So you have to visit the website of all the IMTs that you want to be a part of, like Hyderabad, Nagpur, or Gaziabat, and you will have to understand what are the USPs of those particular colleges. And while the person is taking your interview, if he or she asks you this question, why IMT, you can actually take some inputs from this particular call also, and write your entire pitch accordingly. So be well prepared with the answers, and I would say whatever you are speaking, speak with some confidence, because at times people might not pay attention to your words, but will be looking at the gesture, will be looking at the confidence that you speak it. And you never know, maybe next year we all can see you on campus if the COVID cases are very much low. Sam, share anything from your end?
Yeah, no, I think you've covered a lot of points. So, guys, there's one thing that you have to be prepared at all times is why you going for this program and why have you chosen IMT? Be very thorough with that. This is the first question you're going to get anywhere. Also, just not just put forward your academics, but also do not miss out on showcasing your your skills or your extracurriculars that you've done in your life. Be Speaking of my own personal experience during my interview, I think the first 15-20 minutes I was just talking about my extracurriculars, not even my work experience or my academics, but how and what skills I've honed throughout the years and my my undergraduation or my schooling. So be very sure that you showcase all of that, because when you become part of IMT, these things are an integral part. Clubs and committees are a major part. You'll come to know about this in the later section of the session. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you, Sheva. Thank you, Anish. We'll move on to IMT Ghaziabad. Sai Anurag, you can take this forward.
Hi guys, my name is Anurag and very well said from my peers from Nagpur and Hyderabad. So I would like to concentrate this.
Just a minute. You can just increase your volume. I think there's some volume is low. If you can just increase it. It's not very clear.
Is it fine now, Pranjali?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. So well said, my fellow peers from other campuses. So I would like to concentrate on my personal experience, how the PI happened. So I had a I had a work ex of 3 years before applying for IMT Ghaziabad. So as you would have imagined, my whole PI was based on work ex itself. So coming to the work ex, I would like to divide my PI into three specific topics, which is basically the work ex, your hobbies and interests, and then the current affairs. Even the interviewers would expect you guys to have answers in these three topics, basically. And if you guys don't have work ex, then the interviewer would be targeting on what your target industry would be after MBA as well, and also how your academics would have been, and also the other PORs which you have undertaken in your UT. So coming to the work ex, to the people whoever has work experience, make sure that you know in and out of the company you have worked in, all the business models and managerial practices that are followed in your company, and also the basic analysis of the industry you were working earlier. Other than this, also you have to make sure why your MBA degree would be helping if you are going to continue in the same industry, or else if you're going to if you're going to change your sector in which you're working, you need to have a solid answer of why you are going to do that. Other than this, when the interviewer comes to your target sector after MBA, you have to also make sure that you know intricacies of that industry as well, and also the business models followed in that industry, and also the competitors and also the major players in that industry. For this, I recommend you guys, there is an easy way to actually get all of this knowledge for this. One of the easiest ways is to go to their company websites, download their annual reports, and just gloss over their company details. I don't want you to read all the financials and everything. Just gloss over their company details and practices, which should actually help you uh, get an upper hand in these questions of your not only your work sector but also your target sector. Now, coming to interest and hobbies, this is one. This is the one place where you can actually change the track of your interview as per your convenience. For me, it was automobile. For my fellow peers, it was football or basketball. And but whatever you're saying, make sure that you have done your homework, you are confident in what you're saying, and also you have certain prior knowledge or experience in your CV as well. In this, rather than specific technical questions, in my case, interviewer was actually interested in basic trivia questions, uh, which are happening in that specific interest area of mine. So in my case, when I said cars, the basic question which interviewers asked were, what is the most sold car in the world? What has the longest production cycle? And what are the different type of gearboxes you see in automobiles? These are very basic questions which any person who has genuine interest in that topic will actually know. So and so whatever you say, do diligent homework in this topic. And coming to the inevitable part, which is basically current affairs and general topics. Here, I suggest you guys to pick up a newspaper, magazine, or business articles if you are not doing and read them daily. Now is the perfect time to start this. In my case, the two questions which I got in this was one, mental health related to COVID during the COVID situation, where I was asked to speak 2 minutes continuously on this topic. And I say this habit of reading newspapers helped me because a week prior to the interview, this was the exact topic which came in the week magazine. Other than that, they were- Other than that, based on your area and also the national and international news which my fellow peers told, the interviewers would be asking recent news headlines as well, and it also depends on what state you're in. So be sure that you know your local state details as well. Now, coming to the hygiene questions such as short-term and long-term career goals, this is a common question which not only every interviewer asks, but also it has to be there in your SOP as well. Now, coming to short-term goal, just make sure be a bit specific and also mention what sort of responsibilities you would want to take up after 5 years and what your career journey has to be as per you. Coming to the long-term goal, here you have a point of being a bit generic or vague, but make sure that whatever career path you have told earlier in the short-term goal, that has to lead to the long-term goal. Now, coming to explain yourself, instead of just stating your CV or attributes plainly, give them a story or give them a storified version of whatever you're going to say, and also substantiate with examples in your life. And one of the easiest ways I would say to build your profile even right now is doing courses online, and also as uh, as Abhishek said, uh, be professional and show them that you mean business. And also don't just have a generic list of answers which you guys can speak in every college interview, but customize the answer as per the college and also as per the college and the campus you're giving it. That is it from my guys, and I hope you guys will have a great interview experience. What do you, Pranjal?
Thank you, Sayanurag. I think eh, all of them have almost covered everything. I'll like to add just some major tips that I think can help you. So I when it was my time last year, see at this point of time you'll be talking to many people about their own PI experiences, about what they did last year if they had applied to IMT or any other college. The thing is that don't try to replicate your answers according to what worked for them, because that's not how it goes. What works for them may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for someone else. Okay, so be sure that whatever you tell to the interviewers, it's very personal to you, because that is what the interviewers are looking for. See, they are going through a lot of applications, they're going through a lot of people coming from really great backgrounds, having great profiles. But what makes you unique is your simple touch. I am a person who has a work ex of 22 months. Okay, and so as Sayanrav said that his PI was very much according to his work ex, right? Mine was not. I was told that my PI will go around my work ex because I have been in the industry for long. My PI went exactly according to my application form. They had my application form open in one of their laptops, and they just went through point by point. They wanted to know more about me personally, what I feel, what are my ideas. So don't just try to replicate what others have done. Be more specific. And there is one question that is very important in any PI that you give, that is, tell me about yourself. This is the question which will help you to drive your whole interview. And this is a personal thing that I'm telling you, that your personal interview, how it goes, what flow it takes, it's in your hands. Whatever you say, the interviewer will take it on from there. And if you try to bluff, the interviewers have a lot of industry experience, trust me. They'll just catch it in a second. Okay, so yeah, that's it from my side. Now I just want you to guys know that we have a special round here. We have a Mentee.com session organized for all the students in order to get to know you more. And we have a couple of 2-3 questions that we'll be covering, and then we'll be having an interactive short session. So, Sainura, can you please share your screen and let the students know how to log in?
Can you guys see the screen, Pranjali?
Yeah, your screen is
Yeah.
visible.
So guys,
Students, yeah, please take it
please
forward.
go to Mentee.com and it prompts you to enter a code. So please enter this code, which is 34782115.
Yeah, students, you can use this code. It's visible on the screen. Just go to mentee.com, enter this code, and you can give this quiz. It's not something that you need to prepare. It's just an interactive session. Yeah, any doubts, we'll be waiting for your answers. We'll start in, I think, Sai, we can start in 1 minute. I think we are okay. So you guys have already started. You have to enter the name that you reside in, and not your name, the name of the city that you reside in.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Can you tell me which website should we go in to enter it, or should we go for the quizzes?
I think on the main screen you'll be prompted to enter a code.
Yeah, the code should be entered into which website?
It is www.mentee.com.
Okay.
I can see a lot of students coming from really far away places. I can see Madurai, I can see Dehradun, I can see Nashik, I can see Lucknow, Bhopal, Ghaziabad, Kolkata, Delhi. It's great to see so many places that the students want to pursue higher education, and you're thinking of IMT as your choice. That's really great.
Can you please repeat the code?
It's 3478 2115. You can see it on the screen.
Sai Anurag, okay, should we go ahead for one more minute and then we'll go on to the next question?
Yes, yes. Let's wait for one more minute. There are good responses coming in.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Hi, this is Amar. Can you take up a question while we are waiting? Is it okay if I ask a question?
Okay, yeah, it depends on your question because we'll be covering a lot in our own sessions. So yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so on the IMT admissions website, there is no tab for SOP right now. I I think it's going to come up in the future. And how many days do we get to prepare that SOP?
Should I take up that question?
Sure,
Okay, so
Pran.
yeah, so if the SOP tab is not yet active in your portal, don't worry, it will be active when the time comes. And regarding the number of days that you're going to be getting for preparing that, we cannot really tell you exactly because that's just not the right information. But don't worry, you'll get appropriate time. This time we are not having a video SOP. I think some of you might be aware that last time we had to make a video and send it to the committee as well. This time we don't have a video SOP, we just have a written SOP, and you'll get appropriate time for filling up that. And please be active, just keep on checking the portal once in a while. You'll get to know when the SOP tab gets active. And yes, since we are on that note, I would like to inform you that also your profile form will also be active accordingly in some days. Okay, where you can. I think we got a question regarding when will be the form of extracurricular be active, right, Sai?
Yes, Brandon.
Yeah, so don't worry, guys. It's not going to be like you get a day or two to just fill up that tab and then the tab gets inactive. You'll get appropriate time for the profile detail form as well. You'll get the tab will be active in some time, I guess in some days, and you'll get appropriate time to fill up that. Yeah, Amar.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, Harini.
Yeah, thank you. And I have a query stating that I haven't registered yet. Like I haven't applied to IMT right now.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'm interested that to join to IMT. So I can join.
Yeah.
And one
Any.
more thing is that I haven't like till now I haven't registered, right? So I got a mail from the IMT stating that you have if you're interested join the meeting.
Okay. So the thing is that the application forms are open again. So you guys can anybody in this anybody who wants to pursue a post graduation in IMT, they can log into they can go to the website and yes, you can fill up the application form and you can register yourself. We will not be taking any more questions as of now. We have moved to the second question. This question is very specific and also generic in the sense that we want to know in what specialization do you want to, are you interested in to pursue in your postgraduate diploma in management? Yeah, I can see a lot of people going in for marketing. Um, yes, that's great. People, please input your answers. We'll be discussing related to these inputs as well. So yes, and don't hesitate. We'll be covering mostly everything. Yeah.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes, Paras.
Hello.
Yes, Paras. Yes, you're audible, Paras.
Yes, I just want to know that how much IMT take GMAT score?
Paras, we'll be taking all the questions towards the end of the session. You can input
Okay.
your questions in the chat box. As I informed that this is completely a game that we want to play, and we want you guys to be, focused there itself. We'll answer all your queries. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but was this the last question? Because my portal just logged out after answering this question. They just
Yeah,
asked
yeah, yes. We are only going in for with two questions. Yeah.
only. Okay.
As I'm seeing something like sustainable management, these are the new courses which IMT takes pride in, and they are also introducing. Have introduced.
Yes, if Anish or Abhishek, Sheva, you guys, if you want to say anything about the specializations that are on the screen. I guess we have a lot of people going in for finance as well, and I see consulting, banking, and finance. I see a lot of people going in for also sustainable management is there. That's nice. Business analyst.
By the way, guys, one thing. So it's really good to see that some of you have really got into what specialization you want to pursue. And there might be a question of the same stature during your interview. And you guys can actually do a little bit of research about what business analysts mean, or what product management, or what sustainability management mean. Because see, finance, marketing, HR, all these are very, vague and bigger things, and people know about it. But if a person is actually speaking very much clear about and sure about analytics or business analysis or product management, if you guys can read about it a little bit and understand what it comprises of, it would be a really good boon for you people during your interview cracks.
Like suppose if if you are going for the marketing profile, make sure that you know something about marketing. What is 4P? This kind of question interviewer might ask. And also do thorough research like what is the scope of any specialization in coming future, and what are the jobs that you can get. These kind of things you should research about before no, before going for any specialization, before speaking in any interview.
Also, I think if you're someone from a different background, but you want to pursue your management into a totally different specialization, also be prepared for that. So let's say you've done your engineering, but now you're interested to do your MBA into finance. So, you might be prepared that the interview might ask you questions like why now after engineering you want to pursue your MBA in finance and not in any of the specializations or not taking analytics. So just be very thorough with the whatever specialization you want to go through, like all other my peers mentioned. Read about it, understand why you are taking it. These are the things you will be asked.
Yes. Thank you guys. Thank you for this enormous response that we have got. We are glad that you guys are active in this session. And it's great to see people coming in from Raurkela and Dehradun, and it just shows that people are getting serious about their education, about their higher education. Thinking of IMT as your own as a choice, and as someone who is already in the institute, I would like to say that it's a really great decision if you would go ahead with IMT. All our campuses are top notch, and okay, I believe we'll move ahead with our session. We are going to get student speakers from IMT Nagpur themselves. they are in the campus, they are going through the life. I think Abhishek and Isha can take it forward.
Yes, Pranjali. Hope I'm audible. Okay, so Isha and I will talk about life at IMT Nagpur. I will cover about infrastructure. I will cover about academics, and Isha will talk about student life. What are the other committees and forums we have in IMT Nagpur? And placement. Placement will be talked about by the Isha. So let us start about IMT Nagpur. So IMT Nagpur established in 2004. It has a lush green campus which is spread over 27 acres of land. It is a top-ranked B school located in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Now, IMT Nagpur offers three programs: Pgdm Core, Pgdm Marketing, Pgdm Finance. All the courses are AICTE recognized. Pgdm program is NBA accredited and has AIU equivalence to MBA. IMT Nagpur is consistently rising in the ranks of top B school in relevant parameters. So, IMT Nagpur was ranked 14th by Education Board, and MBA Universe and the Week ranked IMT Nagpur 34th and 35th position. Now, talking about the campus infrastructure, LRC, which is Learning Resource Center. It is a library of IMT Nagpur. Library is fully Wi-Fi enabled. It opens 24/7. LRC has a rich collection of books, journals, e-journals, corporate and industry information, and country research database. We have 5 smart classes, which can handle online classes smoothly. Institute also has IBM Business Analytics Lab. Each lab, we have 3 labs. Each lab has 60 machines with updated hardware and software such as Microsoft Office, Tableau, SPSS, R, Python, to name a few. IMT Nagpur is a fully residential campus which can accommodate around 70% students. We have 4 hostels, 2 for boys and 2 for girls. We have mess committee, which is run by students. They take care of nutrition and food needs. Mess committee change a menu every 2 months. Institute has Institute has ground for every major sports. Now we have a committee called Sportscom. It is run by students. They take care of all the sports inventory. They organize a different sports event like Section War, Run Bhumi. We have grounds for sports like football, cricket pitch, basketball court, badminton court, volleyball court, and we also have fully equipped 2 gyms separate for girls and boys. Now let's talk about academics. I have already told you that IMT Nagpur offers 3 courses: Pgdm Finance, Pgdm Market, and Pgdm Core. In Pgdm Core, you can take major and minor as well as dual specialization in marketing, finance, human resource management, operation management, and business analytics. So, talking about experience in academics, when the classes starts, professor starts giving you case study. Like in every subject, you will get case study. You will get group project, group presentation, individual presentation. So you start learning group dynamics, how you can work in groups. We also have a flexi course from menu of option in third term, like to assess the aptitude and area of interest before deciding specialization. Like often we decide I want to go for the marketing, but is it really I want to pursue? This you can decide when you choose a flexi courses. This is what something like IMT Nagpur offers. Institute also offers multiple certificates, like including business analytics, Lean Sigma, interpersonal, and soft skill, to name a few. IMT Nagpur also welcomes 100 corporate leaders in different events like Districo, Netritva, and Spectrum. All these events managed by our core committee, that is the Corporate Interaction Committee. These corporate leaders, 100 corporate leaders coming in academic year from a different area of expertise and subjects. This helps students to understand the latest management practice in action, what the latest development is happening in corporate world. They give you knowledge about so that you can prepare yourself, brace yourself, like, yeah, this is thing we have to do. Now from this, Isha will speak.
phase of our
Your mic is mute, I think.
Am I audible? Yes, yes, you are. Okay. Okay. So now let's have a look at clubs and committees of IMT Nagpur. So one of the phase of our resolution to nurture the students in extracurricular activities that are carried out on the campus. IMT Nagpur is totally a student-driven campus. That means all the activities which are performed in the college are student-driven. The dynamic nature of the clubs and committees which IMT Nagpur hosts help the students in developing their personalities holistically. In total, IMT Nagpur has 33 committees and 6 forums. Now we will have a look at the 6 core committees. We have 6 core committees. Our first committee is placement committee, as the name suggests, placement. So placement committee is the sole student driven body which is responsible for carrying out all the placement related activities. So all the placements which are happening is driven by the students itself. All the SIPs, summer SIPs are there, winter SIPs are there. These all are also carried out by the students itself. So the next is admission interaction committee. So as we guys are here, so admission interaction committee take cares of all your queries regarding admission process, and they help students to have the smooth experience and at the time of admissions. Our next committee is Corporate Interaction Committee. Corporate Interaction Committee aims at creating a platform where industry experts and student managers of IMT Nagpur come together to exchange experience and learning and prepare the later for the corporate one. So here you will get many corporate leaders. We will invite many corporate leaders. You can have interaction with them. You can ask as many as questions as you want in the webinar, which we will conduct. And through that, the main advantage is that you will get to know their personal experience, what they have faced during their career, during their startups, and how they have become successful. So this will literally help you in your corporate world. Then next is Corporate Communication Committee. It promotes the IMT brand through the enhancement of offline and digital outreach. So the IMT official page which you guys see on Instagram or on the site, that is also driven by the students itself, and they will come under the Corporate Communication Committee. Then next is Alumni Committee. So they focuses on building and maintaining relationship with our alumni. So basically our alumni are there. Similarly, we'll call them, and then again you can have their experiences as well. Then next is Milestone Committee, which is responsible for hosting Central India's biggest college event and filling the life of students with excitement, enthusiasm, and fun, thereby giving memories that could be cherished for life. The student forums active on the campus are dedicated to enhancing the practical understanding of management concepts and inculcating a dedication within students. Now we have 6 academic forums as well to have a knowledge of them. Like we have 6 forums for marketing, finance, business analytics, operations, economics. The major of this forum is to enhance practical understanding of management concepts. Like for example, we have MARC as a marketing forum. So the ones who are very interested in marketing, they can join the marketing forum, that is MARC. So basically what you will do in MARC, all the marketing related activities are being carried out. So there are many such lot of learnings which you can take. Similarly, we have forum for finance, HR and everything. So according to your interest, you can join any of the forum. Then we have student-driven ventures as well. The student-driven ventures at IMT Nagpur campus are a testament to the business encouragement. This venture provides the student with facilities such as canteen, laundry, and dry clean. and also help fulfill the daily needs of any individual on the campus. IMT Nagpur has such 6 student-driven ventures. Our first venture is Team Prayatna. It is the first and largest student venture on the campus, which takes care of all the student daily needs. Like for example, if you want something to just have to something, if in case you just have to eat, you want your clothes to get washed, laundry services, this all these things are being carried out by Team Prayatna. Then we have FNF, and it is a student venture which caters to the midnight craving, serving a wide range of mouth-watering dishes and refreshing beverages. It helps students manager in getting an insight into how a business works right at their campus. Like, see, in campus itself, you are getting a feeling of startup. Like you guys as a whole are running a startup. So you are getting that itself in the campus. Then thirdly, there is another venture that is CO2, which takes care of laundry and provide clean drinking water in the campus. Then let's have a look at scholarship at which many of the students are interested. So up to 5% of approved intake per course shall be available under the tuition fee waiver scheme as per AICTE guidelines. Candidates need to fill up an online form and submit the necessary documents needed to be considered for the scholarship. The second eligible for the candidates eligible for a merit scholarship for the 90 plus percentile category for CAT and ZAT and or 650 and above in GMAT may receive a scholarship up to 40% on total academic fees. Our third scholarship is for female candidates. So on their academic fees, they can receive 5% of academic fees written as an female candidate scholarship. Also, we have a scholarship for economically weaker section as well. Now, let's have a look at the placement as well. So, till now, 90% plus students have been placed, and still the placement is in process. And 90 plus companies have been visited in the campus. Till now, we have gotten the highest package of 23.57 lakhs, and our average package is 9.90 lakh. So we have seen 24.12% hike in our average CTC and 47% hike in the highest places. So this is from my side. This is from our side, Nagpur, and we wish you best for your future endeavors. And now I would like to hand over to Pranjali.
Thank you, Isha. Thank you, Abhishek. Now we would like to open the stage for some queries. Yes, so if anybody of you would want to ask us anything about almost anything, please just raise, as I told in the starting of the session, please raise your hand. We'll take the questions accordingly. Just don't unmute yourself and speak. It will be really hard for us to manage the session then. Just raise your hands, and then when we call out your name, just unmute yourself and ask your question. Works fine. I don't see any okay, yeah. So first, okay, let's start with Shresht. You can unmute yourself, Shresht.
Hello, ma'am.
Pranjali is fine, Shresht.
Okay, actually, I have doubt regarding uh, admission. I have applied through GMAT. So, should I need to send my scores through GMAT, the testing agency, or IMT will retract the score from testing agency, ma'am?
Okay, so Shresht, I think when there's this GMAT tab is there, are you getting a tab for uploading your scorecard?
Not exactly getting, just we only get a tab to update our score. Like
Yeah,
not.
then you can just go ahead and update your score. You don't need to worry how the verification will take place. That will be done in the office itself. Okay.
Also, I don't see any option to fill SOP. And is the PI going to be online?
The admission process, I'm aware of that right now on in the application form, you're only getting an option of online mode, right?
Right.
Right. So I think that answers your question. We'll be going ahead with the admission process on the online platform. As in when anything is changed, no need to worry, guys. You will be informed accordingly. Okay. And yeah, as I mentioned before also about the SOP, if the tab is not active yet, don't worry. Just keep a check on the portal. It will get active in some days.
Okay,
Cool?
thank you.
Yeah. Rajat, you can go ahead with the question.
Hi Pranjali, first of all, thank you so much for briefing all about IMT Ghaziabad, whatever it was. Uh, but my question is not specific to IMT Ghaziabad.
Okay.
Uh, I wanted to know what are the job profiles which the marketing is offering currently. See,
At IMT, any specific campus or overall?
no, okay, let's talk about Ghaziabad. Because see, I'll just give a background what I'm talking about. Because we oftenly see that maximum job offers or even the highest package is generally coming from marketing. And I just wanted to understand, like, how have the Indian markets evolved, to get so many students or candidates for marketing and the kind of uh, roles that they are offering. Even with an experience of 3 years, I am not able to understand this. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, please go ahead and answer this.
Yeah. Anybody of you would want to take up this question? Akshat, Abhishek, Anish, Aradhya, Sai, anybody?
Okay, so can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Rajat, one thing I wanted to say is like there's no such hard and fast rule that marketing will be fetching the highest package. In the last 2 years, we have seen that finance and the business analysis, especially the analytics role, have also gathered some of the higher package. So if that answers your first question, the second is the kind of a role that comes to IMT Hyderabad in specific, I would say, is like business analyst, product manager, sales and marketing manager for marketing role specific. There are other companies who are offering variety of roles for different sections.
Sure. Okay, fine. And one more question. Is there any case wherein the students are placed within the campus? I mean, not through any company, but within the campus itself, absorbed by the campus itself.
Not that we have seen it in our batch because like
Mm-hmm.
till date 90% of the people have been placed and they have been placed from outside the campus only. Like the process has happened inside, but there
Okay.
are outside companies that have come to the campus for hiring.
I mean, any one of you, be it Ghaziabad, not just Hyderabad. I mean, Ghaziabad, Nagpur. Uh, by in any case, have you or even come to know that there are students which has been placed within the campus by absorbed by the campus for their working or something like that?
Uh, yeah.
We don't know anyone yet that has been absorbed by our own campuses. But moreover, by working into various facilities, after 2 or 3 years, you can come back and start working for IMT Ghaziabad or maybe for any campus in Nagpur or Hyderabad, but not in the placement processes that happens in the final year.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Rajat, moreover than that, if you have this query and you want it to get clarified very like specifically, you can always reach out to the admissions committee by just mailing them. imt.admissions.edu. Just mail them your query and they'll get back to you. Okay. Also, I
Can
think
you repeat? Sorry. Yeah, please go ahead.
yeah, Shresht, you asked the question about the scorecard, GMAT scorecard, right? I
Yes,
just
ma'am.
wanted information that right now just upload your scores in the portal itself. Later on, you will be asked to upload your scorecard in the profile detail form.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Don't worry about the verification part, that will be done in the backend office.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think we'll take 3 more questions as of now. Akriti Sharma, Rishi, and Puneet will go ahead. Akriti, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, actually, I've got two queries. First is like, what is the cutoff for CMAT? And since the registration process is now like delayed, so will it be possible that it won't consider CMAT score? And what is the job profile offered for HR?
So I cannot, we will not be telling you this year's cutoff score because they're not out yet. But till last year, we go with 90 plus in CMAT. Okay, does that answer your first question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Cool. About the HR profile and the jobs that we get right now. No, I mean there are many companies that come in the campus with different specializations. I think if anybody of you guys could want to cover, because I am from marketing and we are also from first year only. So if anybody can cover that, I don't know,
Uh,
any HR profile.
Pranjali, if you won't mind, so Shabby and I would be the right person for that because we both are doing our major in marketing and HR. So I guess that was Akriti, right? Who asked the
Yes.
question. So Akriti, for the general HR profile, the roles that have been offered till date are like HR generalist, L&D officer, a chief engagement officer. It's like a part of employee engagement and internal communications. Then there are certain very specific roles such as technical HR, like what we call is like TA, and then HRBP, Human Resource Business Partner. So these are the some of the roles that are being offered for HR profile in specific, and there are plenty of opportunities that you get over here. And Shebi, would you like to add something?
I think you've covered a lot of things. These are the profiles, and even like for internships, you'll get a good projects and good companies coming for that. Don't worry, you'll get ample of opportunities at IMT, guys.
And just to say that Shebi and I both have done our internship in HR domain.
In HR, yes.
Shebi did in L&T.
L&T. I did my internship with Larsen and Tubro, the corporate HR team, and I worked on a very interesting project on the diversity inclusion with the organization. So yeah, it was a great experience. And I think Anish also did his internship with Echo. It was in HR domain, Anish?
Yes. So at Echo General Insurance, I was responsible for the internal communications, employer branding, and like employer communications. So these are the new age startups that are actually offering a lot of budgets towards their employee engagement and gifting, rewarding, and all those. So do not worry about it. Well, while you will be during your journey, you will be taught about all these things, and yeah, maybe you will be getting certain job opportunities of your choice.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, I've got one query, I think, in the chat box that, okay, I think this is Jarvis. Okay, Jarvis just asked a question. I'm looking for admission for Hyderabad and Nagpur campuses through CMAT, but CMAT is still not declared. So Jarvis, don't worry. And people like Jarvis, we'll be catching scores as and when they are declared. So don't worry that because the scorecard is not yet out, you will not be able to register for IMT. We'll catch scores according to that. Also, the one more question that I got was regarding okay, Indira asks if someone has a drop year and he or she is a fresher, how to justify that drop year so that it doesn't look like we have wasted a year. Uh, any of you would want to answer that question?
Can I take?
Yeah, Abhishek, go ahead. Yeah.
So I would say that like do some certificate. Like suppose you are going for the marketing, you can do some marketing certificate. You can try for internship also from Internshala, or you can go for any social work. Like you can by doing this, you can fill the gap here, and you can tell that yes, I was not sitting there and I did something. This is the best way to justify a gap here. Hope this answers your query.
See, I think the best way to not showcase your drop year as wasted year is to actually do something in that. If you are preparing for your CAT or any other, institutes, have something simultaneously. You can take up some sport. You can, see in interviews and in SOP as well. Whenever you are asked about your drop year, they just want to know that you just did not sit and just prepared for an aptitude test. Okay, they would want to know that you are using your time productively. So I think that answers your question. Just go ahead and do.
Anjali, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
So one of the easiest ways I've said earlier as well is to actually do courses, and there are so many courses online as well. And this is a perfect time for you guys as well to do the courses within a short period of time, and make sure the courses which you take, right, are relevant to your long-term answers or hygiene answers which you guys would be answering. So that puts up an impression to the interviewer that you are serious, even though you might have taken a break, but you are serious about your career in the future as well. Other than this, read articles, business articles, and also newspaper articles regarding your target, regarding your goal industry or target sector as well. This would mitigate your gap year a lot by showing your professionalism and seriousness.
Again, adding to it, you should be able to justify what you have done in that 1 year. It is not like that you have done any certification course or you have done something, but you are not able to justify that in front of your interview, in front of your the one who is taking your interview. So the main thing is whatever you do in that 1 year, that is not just a certification course or anything. You can do anything where you have interest, but the main is thing you should be able to justify that, like how you have utilized that thing and how you have utilized that time span and how it is useful for you. That is the one thing.
Yes, that answers the question. Rishi, can you go ahead and ask your question, please?
And we'll be taking Rishi's question as the last question. Everybody who have any other questions, can you just input your questions in the chat box, and simultaneously we'll be taking more interactive sessions. Also, to the Hyderabad and the Gaziabat campuses, I think students have a lot of queries. So whenever we are taking our own sessions, I think we can just wrap it up fast so that we can answer some of their queries. I think the admission process is very near, and we need to focus on that as well. Yeah. So Rishi, you can unmute yourself, ask your question, and then we'll move forward with our session. Yeah.
Hello everyone. My question is like right now I have registered for IMT with CAT score, but later I will be giving my CMAT also. So it is possible to register with both the exams. Like if I score better in the CMAT rather than CAT, and I want to go with the CAT score.
Okay, I would just tell you this thing. I think you not just go through the, this is a tip for everybody. Just go through the application form once, and to answer your question, Rishi, you can enter all the exam score that you have given. Okay, doesn't necessarily has to be CAT only or has to be ZAT only. If you're giving CAT, ZATs, GMATs, you can go ahead and enter your scores, and it's a provision in the IMT admissions that we'll be taking your best score. So if you have scored well, better in your further exams than CAT, we'll be considering that score. Okay, so don't worry. We'll not be only considering CAT or ZAT only. You can enter all the exam scores that you have given.
And one more thing, all the IMT colleges have only Pgdm or MBA course also.
Pgdm is postgraduate diploma in management. We have executive courses as well. I think that is what you are trying to ask.
No,
Pgdm is
Pgdm
MBA. Yeah.
or MBA. No.
No. Yeah, it's the one and the same thing. So MBA is masters, right? Pgdm
Yes,
full
masters.
Graduate. So
Yes, I know.
I think that answers your question.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Pranjali, can I answer this question?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Okay,
Please.
so I'm sorry I didn't get the name of the applicant, but to be answer your query is IMT is an institute, okay? So the right to provide the degree, which is the MBA degree, basically is holding by the universities as per the Indian, the education law. And yes, in as per the standard, right, IMT program is AICTE approved. So with these accreditations, your Pgdm post-graduation diploma 2-year journey course would be equivalent to MBA degree. Okay, so there is no bar that you are doing PG post-graduation diploma, you are doing degree. The only thing is you are pursuing your post-graduation diploma from institute or from a university. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Now we can go ahead with our session as well. Guys,
Hi,
you can look.
hi Pranjali. Can I please ask one question? I'm late, little. I'm so sorry for that. One last maybe for the day.
No, we are no. So we are going to take more questions, Vishnu. It's just not at this time. We'll be taking it later as well or in between. But okay? Just go ahead with the question. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Pranjali. So I just wanted to ask, what is the process of admission for candidates for the profile base, considering the CAT and SAT did not go well to get into HNN?
Okay. So I think you guys are aware of the new criteria that we have included, which is profile-based calling.
For the same, I wanted to ask the question, how it is.
So you will be getting a application form with 3 parts. Okay. The second and the third part will be for profile-based students. So there will be a manual. I think there's a manual on the website. You can go through that. If you, according to that, if you feel that you are a candidate well suited for profile-based calling, you can fill up the second and the third part. Okay. And and then we'll be checking it in the back end if you really qualify for the profile based calling. So you don't worry, there is a provision for that as well. I think your question is answered. You'll be getting
And also regarding the CAT and Z score, will be relaxing somewhere around 4 to 5 percentile in these both exams.
Yeah, not exactly sure about it, but that is how we think that we are going to move ahead. So you can expect some relaxation in the percentile criteria, but considering that you do match all the criterias of a profile-based candidate. Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry for the same. I have same question query stating that profile based मतलब कि like personal interviewing etc.
Sorry, can you repeat?
A personal profile मतलब कि like an interview of a person. The second, third criteria means.
Harini, I'm not able to get your question. If anybody of you guys
Pranjali, let me take it. So Harini, when we're saying profile based, it's not based on your PI, but it's based on your profile, as in your academic activities and what other extracurriculars you have done before your PG and during the DG. So that is what profile based calling is right now, and it might encompass your extracurriculars and also your work as well.
Okay. If a person doesn't have work experience and etc., then
You are then as well you can apply for IMT Ghaziabad, and it depends on your scores and your PI.
okay.
In that case, academics and the extracurriculars that you've done, I think that will be count in the profile-based section.
Yeah, it is not just your work ex, but other than your work ex, there are many extracurricular activities. Like, for example, you have contributed to any NGO or you have done a national level sports game. So, this all activities will come under your extracurricular activities. So, if in case you have this exceptionally well, so this categories, these activities should be considered as an exceptional profile, not only your work ex.
Hi, I have one question.
Shivangi, yeah, Shruti or Shivangi, who is, I think, Shruti. Shivangi, okay. Shivangi, I'm so sorry. We'll be taking your queries. Definitely, we'll be taking your queries. We'll be taking it on a later base, okay?
Pranjali, can you just guide us? How can we write the question in the checkbox? Actually, I'm not able to find it. So if you could just quickly tell me, I'll just put my query over there.
Okay. Do you see a chat tab at the lower right hand side? beside the
three
Python
dots?
stack. Not the three dots. The one beside that. There's written chat. I think.
Okay, probably I was joining it from the mobile and I can't find it. Okay, no issues. I'll wait for my turn.
Yeah. You can also enter your question in the Q&A part.
Yeah, sure, I'll wait. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. And yes, adding to what Isha just said about the sports selection, all the sports that are going to be considered for profile based calling are already mentioned on the website. So if you have a nationals award or an international award taking up, you can just go on the website, check if your sports is on the list, and you can you can apply according to that. Now we'll be going ahead with IMT Hyderabad. And yes, guys, I think they have a lot of questions, so we may just as well get this done, and we'll answer. We don't worry, participants will get back to your questions as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for this. Guys, I will like just brief you about what IMT Hyderabad is, what are the advantages, the placements a little bit, and maybe the life more or less remains almost the same. It's just the name of the events and the kind of event just changes. The rest, you guys must be well updated about it. So IMT Hyderabad is the latest entrant to the IMT League. It is almost 10 years, like 10 years old. It started in the year 2011, and since then we have just seen tremendous growth in the kind of placement you say, or the course curriculum, anything. So we'll just start with the first USP of IMT Hyderabad, that is the scholarships. So we provide a scholarship like that ranges for different sections. For all girls, there is a particular kind of a scholarship awarded. Then there's a total fee waiver in which you guys will be getting a complete fee waiver for, like, the eligible students will be getting a complete fee waiver. Then talking about the various course and curricular that have been added recently. So IMT Hyderabad not just focuses about like the core areas, but we also have certain courses on sustainability and social responsibility, which actually is a very good course to opt in during this particular time frame, because companies in these days are very much into CSR and social responsibility. The third is why IMT Hyderabad is one of the most value for money college or B school, I would say, in this particular nation, because at a course structure of 12 lakh, you guys will be getting very good average of like placement average of 9.35 lakh per annum, and like that has been achieved recently. And then you guys will also be getting a 30 acres of splendid green uh, like campus, followed by individual accommodations, and there are multiple things that IMT Hyderabad has within this campus, which we can actually take up a little later when you guys come towards the final. The second important part that we wanted to speak about is the mentor-mentee program. So at IMT Hyderabad, we have this particular thing that is known as T50. So the top 50 students of the entire batch, the entire strength of 200 plus people will be selected, and they will be mentored by individual industry stalwarts and people like SK Joshi, who's actually the secretary of Telangana government, Mr. Soham, who is the global marketing head of GSK. So those people come and train you guys in terms of internship tips or interview tips, how to actually revamp your entire um, like CV or resume. So the 50 students will be getting tremendous amount of exposure with the industry stalwart. Second, at the college level also, they will be getting one-on-one mentored by the faculties on the kinds of interview tips, how to crack certain particular course structure. So talking about my personal experience, we were sitting for a company in which they came for a business analysis role, okay, business analyst role, and then one of the analytics and one of the marketing faculty actually came up late at night at 10:15, and then they had a session with us for almost half an hour, in which they will be explaining us about the job description that has been posted by the company, what are the basic questions that they might ask you, and also what are the things that you need to be very well prepped up of. Because what happens during the tenure of 2 years, you will be learning a lot of subjects, and it might happen at some point of time that the first term or the second term subject you might forget it, or you might not have it in the top of your tip. So the faculties will be explaining it to you, what are particular things that will be helpful in that. Then I will be rolling ahead with the next part, that is the global and the social immersion program. Before the COVID era, I would say IMT Hyderabad has a partnership with the foreign universities, in which people used to go and visit the foreign nationals and study for almost 2.5 months to 3 months, depending upon the curriculum, and take a update of international business idea, not just related to marketing or finance or any particular domain, but for the overall business acumen. So, but that did not stop us. This year and the last year, we had global immersion program, in which people across the nation, like the professors from Queensland University or the French University, they came and they delivered a speech, and they delivered us on the topics which are very much interesting and very much important for this particular domain. So yeah, we get an international exposure over there as well. So now, Chevy, would you like to highlight certain points on the placement?
Yes, yes. So I'll just give you the numbers as you're waiting. So the average CTC for IMT Hyderabad campus has been 9.25, and the highest package has also reached to 16 LPA. We've had big brands visiting our campus, and we've hired a lot of people. To name a few, Oracle, Amazon, Arcesium, Marico, Wipro, companies like these have come. Even like for summer internship program, that is for 3 months program that we have in after third term at the third trimester, which you'll be doing. Like I mentioned earlier, I did my summer internship at Larsen and Toubro, and I got an opportunity to work with the corporate HR team. Anish did his internship at Echo. So we have a lot of big brands coming even for summer internship, and the faculty is so supporting that they even train you, to work on these projects. They help you throughout this as well. We also have live projects in between where you can work on something which is actually going real time in an organization. So you get an experience. You might think, I'm a fresher. What happened for me in placements? So these things that happens in the campuses, they help you get a better understanding of what you're going to encounter when you get placed in companies. So we have live projects. Like Anish mentioned, we also have mentor-mentee program, where I recently connected with my mentor. He was the Grey Orange HR, senior HR manager, Mr. Chirag Maheshwari. So, it was really interacting with him. I got to work on something on the real-time project at the organization. And later, he even said that we can connect later, and, we can maybe visit the campus. So these are the connections that you make. These are the learnings that you get through these programs. So I think this is about the summer internship and the placements. About the culture clubs, we have a lot of clubs and committees. Anish, do you want to take up the club and committees?
We'll just quickly wrap it up, because we have a total of 13 clubs and 5 committees, along with 3 councils. And we have certain events such as ACE Connect, Impels, the Management Fest, or TEDx IMT Hyderabad. So all year round, you will not be just engaged with the study and the curriculum, but you all will be enhancing yourself and getting yourself prepared for the future by taking part in such active life. And if you guys do not know, IMT as a whole has a tagline that IMT never sleeps, and which is very true to its core. At Gaziabad, Hyderabad, or Nagpur, actually people will be just awake and working on something. They will be sharing their ideas. They will be networking with somebody, not just in India but abroad also. So IMT as an entire organization, or a group, will help you out in becoming a very social responsible leader. So that's it from IMT Hyderabad side, guys. If you have any queries, we can take it up, Pranjali, right?
I believe that we'll wrap it up with IMT Ghaziabad as well, and then we'll be completely going ahead with our interaction session. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much. That was from IMT Hyderabad side.
Yeah, IMT Ghaziabad. Aradhya, you can move forward.
Yeah. Very good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. I'm Aradhya Mehra from IMT Ghaziabad. Now, coming to IMT Ghaziabad campus, we can say that we have a lush green campus which is spread across 14 acres. We have 40 plus years of legacy of excellence. For me, IMT Ghaziabad is the place where sun never sets. Trust me on this. We are involved in our work around the clock. Right from morning, we have a jam-packed schedule for the day. Also, one of our institute's most distinctive characteristics is its closely knit and integrated residential community. The curriculum and the pedagogy here at IMT Ghaziabad are something which hones all your skills, whether it's hard skills or soft skills. We have been taught each and every concept through enriching case studies and HBR articles, which actually promotes experiential learning. We also have a regular APO groups, projects, and presentation, which is the best part, because in a group you actually get to interact with your peers and get to know different perspectives, and that's where networking starts happening. Also, IMT Ghaziabad has a very active club committee culture. We have a totally student-driven clubs and committees. Every day you'll find one or the other event happening. And trust me, you enjoy being on either side of it. So coming to the committees, we have Student Affairs and Wellness Council. We have Alumni Relationship Committee. They foster alumni engagement and enhance networking. They also organize all India meets and reunions. We have International Relations Committee that undertakes a lot of activities that ensures that we gain holistic knowledge and are aligned with the international curriculum as well. There are many more committees like Sports Committee, Admission Committee, Cultural Committee, etc. Now coming to the clubs, we have Markup, which is the official marketing club of IMT Ghaziabad. Their events are Markup Brodies, Adoholic. They also host Marketing World Cup, which happens to be a flagship marketing event at IMT. We have Finesse Club, which is the official finance club of IMT Ghaziabad. Then we have Matter, which is Make a Difference Foundation. Then we have Raise Research and Consultancy Enterprise as well. So we have other initiatives like Passion. This is the flagship event of IMT Ghaziabad. It basically involves tasks that highlight the managerial aspects of life, and also events like music, live bands, drama. Then we have Chakurview, which is the flagship sports event of IMT Ghaziabad, and it is an event to which the entire B School fraternity looks forward to every year. It gathers participation from more than 8,000 students from top 25 B schools across India. So in a nutshell, you can say that in this whole time, you actually get to learn how to prioritize things, manage lots of stuffs at the same time, and learn from your peers, because all these preparation of events, solving case studies, doing assignments happen after college hours. So eventually all the extra work and parties you do is in night, and hence I can say that it really justifies our tagline that IMT never sleeps. Now I would like Anurag to take over.
You guys have seen the good side of the IMT and IMT never sleeps, and I would like to tell about the academics as well. So yeah, academics is also one of the reason why IMT never sleeps. And honestly speaking, the type of pedagogy which you guys will be seeing after coming to IMT, it's totally different, which you guys wouldn't have seen till now. It is totally based on case learning approaches, and there's no direct theories and formulas such as every subject is application based and every subject is based on case learning. Other than that, there are few things which are required in every course, in every academic course, where we were actually given, where you need to know basic few skills such as Excel, PowerPoint, creation of reports, etc. This also, even IMT helped us even before the term one by setting up few courses called foundation courses, where it has helped us in honing these skills as well. Other than this, there are few other programs in IMT such as PDP, Digi mentorship, and also mentor-mentee programs. So these actually connect you to, if it's a mentor-mentee, it connects you to a senior who helps you guide, who helps you to find a way in the IMT campus for the 2 years, and then the Digi mentorship helps you to connect with the mentor across the industries, across the industries, and also PDP program also helps you to actually prepare you for your placements and also the courses as well. And coming to the coming to few other facilities which are actually helpful for academics. IMT also has a Bloomberg lab, which is actually very helpful for financial and PFS speech as well. And yeah, that is it from my side. Over to you, Pranjali.
Yeah, thank you, Sai. So As of now, I wanted to cover about something that recently started in IMT Ghaziabad. So, as Radha mentioned, that we have an alumni relations committee, and this year they came up with a new initiative. So, you all know that IMT is famous for its, its alum. They are there in almost any industry you mention. In almost every company, the senior executives will have an IMT alumnus in them. And one of the most important opportunity that the students of IMT Ghaziabad can get if they get to communicate with these alumnus face to face, and just help understand the industry scenario, what goes on, what really works, what does not work, what skills do they need to upgrade themselves in. So ARC, which is the Alumni Relations Committee, they came up with this initiative known as Digi mentorship program, where every candidate will get a mentor from the industry themselves, who will be IMT alumnus, and it will be kind of like a guide, throughout your MBA journey. Even after that, you'll get to know what works in the industry, how it goes, different just guidance all over. So that is one of the things that I wanted to cover. We also have a mentor mentee program in IMT Ghaziabad, where every first year student when enters the college, they are assigned a second year student, so as to help them ease the process of MBA. You can just have a chat with with the mentor regarding placements, regarding curriculum, what all is important, what needs to be covered. And so I think these are the two programs that I wanted to cover. Akshit, if you want to cover anything.
Yeah, sure. So while we're talking about that senior mentorship and the PDP sessions that help us to go through summer placements. So when tension rises when it comes to summer placements, to ensure that we students are on our A level, senior organizes PDP sessions, personality development program sessions for every student. We are assigned a mentor to help us get through the summer placements. We go through several GDs and we go through several PIs so that our answer gets more refined by time when we are in front of HR. The best part of PDP sessions is that it justifies the saying said by my all committee members that IMT never sleeps, because usually the session starts at 11 in the night and goes till 5 or 6 in the morning. And I'm not bragging about it. We literally do not sleep in the campus. So I think we are done here, and most probably we'll be taking questions, right, Pranjali?
Yes, definitely. We are opening our floor for questions. For now, I would like to just get your views, speakers, on the questions that we have got in the question inbox chat. So one of them is that they wanted to know about the different cutoffs for each of the campuses as per the previous years, because the students have got some different information on the website. So I'll start with IMT Ghaziabad. We cannot reveal this year's cutoffs as because they're not public yet. Till last year, for CAT and ZAT, we take 90 plus. For GMAT, as I've already mentioned, we take 650 plus. That was till last year. And for CMAT, 90 plus. I think Anish, Abhishek, you guys can take for Nagpur and Hyderabad. Till last year, what was the cutoff?
Yeah, so for IMT Hyderabad, last year CAT and ZAT we had for 75 percentile. CMAT again for 90 percentile. GMAT, as Pranjali rightly said, 550 plus.
Yeah, for Nagpur it is 85 for CAT. Sorry, 75 for CAT. Then above 90 for CMAT, and same as for GMAT, 550.
Thank you. One of the questions is that for the applicants who have applied in round one, will the profile-based forms be out later? I have good co-curriculars and extracurriculars and 3 years of work experience. Okay, so one of the things that I would want to clarify for all regarding the profile-based calling and the work ex, if you have a work experience of minimum 2 years, and please please listen to this carefully. This is very important and no relaxation will be done in this criteria. For WorkX, you need to have a minimum of 2 years with at least a managerial position from a reputed organization. Okay, so anything below 2 years won't work, and at least a managerial position designation is important. Okay, and yeah, the profile based, I think, okay, any of you who's right now filling the application form, are you getting 3 pages in the profile form? Any one of you can mute and let me know.
Oh, wow. What is that? The 3 slides or 3 papers you're asking for, right?
No, anyone who is right now filling the application form, please unmute and tell me how many, how many tabs are you getting in the application form?
There are various steps actually
There are
in order
6
to
tabs.
provide the academic details and all.
Yeah.
There are 6 tabs right now presenting to us.
Okay, I think if the profile, just give me a minute. We'll come back to this question. Now, okay, we'll come back to this question. The next question is, how does a typical day look like for students in IMT Ghaziabad? Akshat, Anurag, Aradhya, please take this question.
Sure. As I said, that IMT Ghaziabad, for me at least, is a place where the sun never sets. I also told you that we have a jam-packed schedule for the day. Our classes starts at 9, they end up at 5. After 5, we are constantly busy with our case studies, with our competitions. We are really busy organizing our event right now. We organized I Am the Future event, which was organized by Admissions Committee. So after that, we are busy in that. And as I said, that our tagline, IMT Never Sleeps. This is it. Yes. Anybody who wants to add? Pranjali or
One thing
Akshat?
is, whatever courses you are going to take, right, from 9 to 5, those requires due preparation the day before the result. So not just attending the classes of 9 to 5, but you have to spend around 6 to 7 hours as well preparing for the next day's classes as well. Other than that, you have to take care of your extracurriculars, clubs, and committees. So overall, even right now it is happening. We get a very less amount of sleep, or we never sleep at all.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the day will be completely jam-packed. That is, I can give you a surety on that. But no, we have a lot of fun as well. And if you're really interested in pursuing a degree in management, I think you'll be thoroughly enjoying the case studies that we get. We have plenty of discussions with our peers. We have professors who have industry experience coming from Johnson & Johnson and Zydus, and the professors will guide you through the case studies and will help you understand what actually goes into your management studies. Yeah. Okay, I think we can open the floor. Okay, guys, I think you have raised your hands. Yeah, Puneet, if you can just unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible, Puneet.
I wanted to know, I will be taking finance as the specialization. What should I do so that I can convince the panelists that I am serious and the one you should pick from right now? Like I should pursue financial modeling courses or any stock market portfolios, or I should be like grilling on corporate finance, anything like this, such that will help me.
Most probably they'll be asking your interest area and they'll be grilling you on that itself. So you need to make sure that you know a thing or two about finance, and you'll be saying that thing on the in the interview, and most probably they'll be grilling on that. So make sure that you know in and out about the thing you're talking about in the interview.
Yes.
As
Also,
finance is
talk.
vast, they won't be
Yeah.
asking you everything. They'll be asking you about your interest area.
Yes. Also, Puneet, were you asking about some certifications that need to be done for finance before coming in? Was that your
Yeah,
question?
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that will help me align with the future goals, I guess.
Okay. So see, there is no mandation to that. It's not mandatory to complete any certification regarding any course that you want to pursue ahead. But yes, obviously, certifications do help. They add up to your resume. They'll add up in the interview session as well as in your internships and your final placements as well. And yes, definitely, you also mentioned that they will, you think that they'll help you in your future career goals. They will, but they are not mandatory, as I can surety say that they're not mandatory for your admission. Okay, so but yeah, you can go ahead with them. They'll
One more
definitely.
question. One more question. Uh, should I revise all the college subjects that I have read in my college time? So do they
Okay.
grill us on college courses? I just want to know that. Or
See, you
should I
should
just pick
have,
two to three favorite?
okay. You should have basic knowledge about your undergrad subjects. This is for sure. They can ask you. Like I'm an electronics engineer. So they asked me about digital electronics. How can you relate digital electronics with digital marketing? So they can ask you questions like that also. So it's really important to have a knowledge about your undergrad subjects.
Also, the profile detail form is not yet active. Everyone who has registered will get an email for that. Okay. Now we'll take Tejasvi.
Hi, all. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Also, participants, if your queries are answered, please lower your hand. Go ahead, Tejas.
First of all, thanks to you guys for coming up with this session and giving us a lot of details and insight into IMT. So my question is coming to choosing a domain. So we all have different factors for which domain we want to choose, and where we want to go in the future. We all have different aspirations towards it, and growth in that domain being one of the major aspects that anyone considers. And I've got to know from my mentors, though I have very huge inclination towards HR and stuff. I've got to know from my mentors who are already working that HR domain do not have good growth in terms of career. So it's better that if you opt for either marketing or operations. So this is suggested by HR people who are already working in corporates. So how far is this true? And because when we tell this about an interview without any prior knowledge of having it just because of an opinion, it doesn't sound good. So I just want to know how far is it true and valid practically. Pranjali, can I take this up? Hey Tejasvi, first of all, thank you so much for bringing this question. This is actually an interesting part. I want to know one thing. Did you read the recent news of who became the global CEO of Chanel, the international luxury, company, Chanel, who became it? Uh, no, Anish, I haven't. So she is like the CHRO, who was a CHRO of Unilever, Leena Nair. She was the CHRO of Unilever, who became the CEO of Chanel. Also, recently, ONGC also had the chairman who was earlier the corporate HR head. Now she has taken up the position of the chairman. So I would say, talking about in terms of HR in today's world has become the backbone and is contributing equally to all the companies. So today HR is not just about hiring or retention or attrition rate. Okay, HR has become an outgrown to like employee engagement, a lot of other activities. And also a lot of business leaders are now taking the consideration of HRs also. So if you are looking forward for a career in HR, I would say do go ahead with it. Do a little bit of research about it. That is for sure. But I would say HR has completely changed over the period of time, and the only idea that I can share is from a personal experience. I have undergone HR internship for 3 months, and then getting a placement into the same. I'm enjoying the life. I'm enjoying the work. I enjoyed it too, like thoroughly, and there was no such time that I could say I did not learn anything. Plus, the benefit of HR is like they work cross-functional with other teams, like from finance, marketing, product, anything that you say. So they work cross-functionally. So that enhances your entire career also. So I would say if you want to go ahead with it, you can go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Anish. So, just a continuation question for this. So, I've also got to know that HR right now is actually divided into branches. Like there is mix of HR analytics and HR with mixed up with, as you were saying, you have a dual degree with the HR and marketing. So HR is going to be mixed up with other different domains that we have right now, and even the social responsibility and that is also a HR vertical actually. So, how far is a core HR, which is the core HR different from that of these specialized HRs?
They are not different. They're the same part. It's like starting from the sales domain to reaching the CEO position. It is under the same sales and marketing function. It's just that there are different roles according to your experience, according to the timeline that you have spent in working towards it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think that answers your question, Tejasvi. Thank you for the query. Anshuman, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Uh,
Hello.
Anshuman, Anshuman, can you give me a minute just to
Yeah,
clarify? There was a miscommunication. IMT Ghaziabad do not consider CMAT scores. Only Nagpur and Hyderabad campuses accepts it. So
Okay.
IMT Ghaziabad
And
do not accept CMAT scores.
yeah, and for Nagpur and Hyderabad, the cutoff till last year was 90 plus for CMAT. For Gaziabad, there is no CMAT. Yeah. Anshuman, yes.
yeah, hello. I just had a couple of questions. Am I audible?
Anshuman, I would like you to ask your most, important question priority-wise because we have a lot of people, they have raised hands and we want to answer as many as questions as possible from different participants. Right?
Okay, sure, I understand. Okay, the most important question I have, like, I attended the person interview seminar you guys had a couple of backs with ma'am. So, like in that, ma'am told us that we can add family business experience as work experience in our CVs. So does that apply to your college like properly? If I am been working in my family business, do I need to put that in my work experience, and do I need some kind of particular certification or document to prove it?
Okay, so see, I'll answer this very clearly for you. If you have genuinely worked as in your family business, you can definitely add that in your CV as work experience, not internship, but if you have done a full time work, right? And when it comes to the evidence or the proof or the certification for that, I think what you need is a work experience letter, right? So if you have worked in your family business, I think that will not be an issue. You can definitely add that in your CV. Yes.
Yeah, okay, I understand, but like, it's a very small business. Like, in India, family business is like basic. So I don't know if like a particular what kind of a letter are you guys asking for? Like, um,
You can mail this to the admissions mail ID. Okay.
oh,
We may not be the right people to answer that because verification is done in the backend office. You can mail that to anti admissions.
all right, okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Isha, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, my question is regarding PI. So, for my specialization, I'm still kind of confused between HR and marketing. So, is it advisable to choose one and then go ahead with that in the PI? Or can I be honest about it? Or will I come across as someone who does not have clarity about what specialization I want to take?
Yeah, it's definitely to go ahead if you are right now not very sure about which specialization you want to do. See, in the PI session, I am sure that everybody is aware that you're not required to mention your majors or what do you want to specialize in at that certain point of time. That's why we also have uh, our IMT Ghaziabad's core program where you get some time before choosing a specialization, right? So that you can explore all the different fields and then choose a specialization. So when it comes to PI, you can be honest. Let them know what are your interests are, what are your thoughts on it, and yes, if you are genuine enough, they'll get through it.
Okay, thank you. Also, if you can please confirm if there are any sectional cutoffs for IMT Ghaziabad.
IMT Ghaziabad has no section cutoffs.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Amar, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yeah, thank you, Pranjali. Thank you everyone for hosting this session. So I have just a very simple question. So the PI process for IMT Ghaziabad, Hyderabad, and Nagpur, are they all done at once or are they done separately for Ghaziabad, Hyderabad, and Nagpur?
You will just give a single interview, and based on the score you receive in your interview, you will be getting the three colleges. We have out of the score of 100, you will be receiving a score, and basis on that, you will be getting these three colleges. So, in
So
short,
there
you just have to give
are
a single interview.
Yeah, Isha, please go ahead.
actually there are two steps. If in case you fill a common form for IMT Hyderabad, Nagpur and Ghaziabad, then you have to give a single interview for that. And based on your score, you will be allotted to any of the campus. Like if in case you do very best in your interview, then you will be allotted as in Ghaziabad according to your numbers which you will score in your that PI session. But if in case you are really interested in Hyderabad itself or Nagpur, so individually you can just fill the form. So there specifically you are giving the interview for Nagpur campus or for Hyderabad campus or for IMT campus. But if in case you want to, get into all the three campus according to your score, then you can fill the common form as well. So it depends upon you, like in which campus you are really interested in. Accordingly, you can fill the form, and through that you will be giving the interview.
And yes,
Okay, thank you,
obviously,
Isha.
after filling the form, also it matters that you have cleared the cutoff
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
any of the campuses that you're interested in, right? Yeah. So Saurav, you
thank you.
can go ahead, mute yourself and ask a question. Please, Amar, please lower your hand, right? Your query has been answered. Yeah. Saurav, yeah, go ahead.
So what are the various domains available or specializations available for Pgdm course?
Campus specific or in IMT?
Uh, IMT or more or less related to Ghaziabad.
I think we all can cover that one by one. Guys, go ahead.
I think the major specialization are marketing, operations, finance, HR. These are the main thing you can learn. And while you go for minor, you can take IT and analytics too.
I was interested in product management. So is that available?
So actually, product management is a role that gets offered after doing your MBA. It's not related to a specialization actually. It's a role.
Under any specialization?
It
So
also
product
depends on
management,
the background,
yeah.
but yes, if you do your specialization in marketing or operation or finance, it depends on the company, and you can get a product management role from any
Yeah,
specialization.
I believe Saurav, what you right now need to do is go to web, check what is product management first. See, product management is not just related to marketing or not just related to operations. What do you mean by product management? That you're managing the product, everything starting from the creation till the product gets delivered to the customer, everything comes in the product management thing. So it's not just
Right.
related to one specialization. I think you should go ahead and just research properly regarding this product management.
Sure. So I have one further question in that.
Saurav,
I have
we'll take your query later as well. I request Kshitij to unmute himself and go ahead.
Thank you, everyone. Am I audible?
Voice is breaking, Kshitij.
Okay, I'm sorry for that. But basically my question is that I am a final year student in my BTech, and so I don't have any experience in this industry right now. The basic question is that do I stand any chance of getting enrolled in any of the course? Like, is there anyone over there that is one of the freshers that got into the MBA course?
Of course. I am a fresher and I'm sitting in IMT Ghaziabad pursuing Pgdm marketing. Of course.
Okay.
And actually, to answer your question, Kshitij, 50% of our batch at IMT Ghaziabad is freshers. So don't worry about it. Just give your best in your PI and you'll go through.
Okay, so another follow-up question is that will I face any difficulties in settling into the campus as 50% of the campus is experienced and all. So I'm not going to beat around the bush, and I directly ask that is there any problem of dragging or any that sorts?
No, not at all. You will not face any difficulty. Trust me. You will get to learn from the experienced ones because we work in a group. So in a group, 4 of them have work X. So you actually get to learn from them. You will not face any difficulty.
Also, I think someone who is experienced, I would like to tell you that you experienced people also get to learn a lot from the freshers. Okay, it's a two-way street, and when you are pursuing your MBA, everyone is on the same platform. Also, regarding ragging, IMT, any campus does not support ragging at all. We don't appreciate it. We are strictly against it. Okay, so don't you worry about settling into the campus, or if you'll get a chance to get admitted. I believe that what you really need is just give your best and let admissions office worry about the other things, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Akshay, you can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to ask that I have a good 10, 12th and undergraduation score, but I don't have much to show in my curricular and co-curricular. So how can I build my profile now, or how can I go through the interview? Like, I don't have anything to show for extracurricular.
Akshay, you have already mentioned that you have very good academics. This is one
Yeah.
of the major plus points you will be getting. Yeah,
So will
yeah, go
they
ahead.
won't they consider any extracurricular or co-curricular activities?
See, it's
That
not a case of and.
I just want to Akshay, these questions are, very subjective. Okay. We are not part of the panel that is going to interview you, and what do they consider important in a resume or an application form. I'm afraid we can't let you know. So do one thing in the time period you have. If you want to gain any more knowledge or upskill yourself in any way possible, go ahead, do that. But we are not at a position to let you know if you have a higher chance to get admitted into any IMT campus versus a student who has co-curriculars or not. Okay, co-curriculars are important. I say that, but so is academic performance. Okay, and how much weightage does any interviewer give or the admissions committee give to any student on these parameters? We are afraid we can't let that out. Okay. Yes. I think Indira can mute and ask her questions, and I ask Nagpur and Hyderabad also to please resolve their queries. Yeah, Indira, yes, go ahead.
Yes, hello. I had query related to like drop year. I like actually I'm a fresher, and I had already dropped a year and appearing exams this year again. So I had to ask that how to justify that drop year, so that it will not look bad, or it will not put any negative side of ours, that we have wasted a year or something. So any one of you can justify how to do that in a interview so that it doesn't look bad.
Uh, Indra, hi. Actually, we have already answered this in the very beginning. So what we suggested is like you do not have to just say that it is a bad part. You can always say that you were trying to upgrade yourself or you were just preparing for the CAT preparation. And everybody knows that CAT is not something, that is easily achievable. So it's completely all right if you have a gap. So what you can do is you can always revolve your interview in a manner that you can say that, and this is not something that is hard and fast rule. I'm just saying from my experience only. You can say that you can cover up quickly and you will try to learn more and more things so that this particular gap year won't have much effect, during your placements or something. By the way, we have not undergone or we have not come across any such cases yet, at least in the IMT Hyderabad, that due to the gap year or something like that, the placements or the academics were affected. So be less worried about it, and I would say start doing certain kind of upgradation or skill upgradation courses, which we already spoke earlier. So that would do, nothing like that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Ashish, you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Yeah, hello, thank you. I just want to know, while shortlisting the candidates, is there any particular priority given to the exam which we have taken? If I'm thinking if CAT is given more importance than XAT or GMAT, or is there anything such? No, right? And one more thing, is there any limit, like only these many people can apply through XAT, or only these many people can apply through GMAT or CAT?
No, no.
No, Ashish, no, no, no. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. This is my yeah. Thank you for addressing me.
Thank you. I think you skipped Puneet, I guess. Puneet, can you unmute yourself and ask a question?
I wanted to know, is there any tip that you can provide me for the preparation of interview, and especially for finance?
The best advice I can give you, Puneet, right now is just prepare your first question. This will be most probably asked to you will be, tell me something about yourself. If you get that thing straight, and if you get that thing straight, and the interviewer finds you interesting, you're through it. It's very simple to clear an interview. So make sure that whenever you are thrown a question on, tell me something about yourself, your answer is interesting. And the interviewer goes through almost around 200 interviews a day, so they want to have some interesting people. So make sure that your answer is interesting. And regarding the finance thing you asked, make sure you know a thing or two about finance, and a single topic maybe, because finance is vast. So make sure you know a thing or two. That's from my side.
Also, try to justify that why do you want to pursue Pgdm in finance. It's really important. Also, just be updated on current affairs. I was asked about the budget when I was being interviewed. That was really trendy at that moment. Also, be prepared on CEOs. I was asked about who is the CEO of certain companies, because at that time, Andy Jassy became the CEO of Amazon. So just all this basic things.
And what time what is the date that most probable date that I will get a call from our PI? Like it's in Feb or January?
The interview is going to start in February, from I think
Second
2nd
week
to
of February, most probably.
yeah, 2nd.
And you will be informed accordingly. Don't worry. Right? Just keep a check on your mail and the portal as well. I think Akriti, you can go ahead with a question.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so I wanted to ask that how can we make our resume?
Sorry, can you come again?
Akriti, you're not audible.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, so I wanted to ask that, like, since there is like online personal interview will like go on, so like, is it like, firstly, I want to ask that, is it necessary to have our resume ready? And if yes, then how can, like, we make our resume for like, particularly for the MBA?
Uh, Akriti, I still couldn't actually get your question properly. So you want to ask whether preparing a resume is important for PI or not, and how you can prepare the resume. Is it that?
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay. I would say yes, the resume making is an important element because the person who's getting you interviewed won't be like updated with your like with the like past and experience and all. So you will have to prepare it. There are multiple templates that are available on internet and Google. You can drop down any one of them and you can prepare it. Just be very sure that do not try not to exceed it more than one page. This is something which is being set as an industry standard. Like any resume that is longer than one page tends to lose its like importance or reading habit. So if you can summarize your entire like few years of work experience, if you do not have whatever you have done in the past in one page, it would be okay. Anything else, guys, that you guys want to add?
I think you
That's
have covered
perfectly.
it, Anish.
Yes, and we are kind of short of time, so Pranjali, can you make it fast?
So one more question. Actually, I wanted to ask
We'll be
that.
taking up questions till 6:45 and then we'll be wrapping up the question. Akriti will come back to you again. I think there are other people as well. Venkata Gopi, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, just one. Actually, it's not a query, but
Okay, just do one thing. Enter your question in the chat box. I'm
yes,
answering the
ma'am.
questions there.
Okay,
You can
okay,
fill
ma'am.
the chat box or the
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, Venkat. Gopi, you can go.
I just have a query, right? Should I take the specialization which I think I'm good at, or should I take the specialization which gives me more money? And the second question is, how is the loan process? I just want to take loan from the bank, all the money. So, how is the process? It's a smooth process, or they're gonna make, what I'm saying?
Oh, so Bandi, talking about your loan process, once you get an admit offer from IMT Ghaziabad or any, IMT Nagpur or IMT Hyderabad, you can go to a bank and you can just show the offer letter. You will get the loan easily and at a low interest rate as compared to other colleges. So don't worry about it. You'll surely get a loan from any government or private sector bank.
Also, I
And
think
talking
the
about your
bank details and loan. Just a minute, Akshat. I think the session here is about IMT and about the universe of IMT. I think the bank details can be taken from the bank itself. We are not the bank representatives, but yes, if you are admitted to an IMT campus, IMT institute, the process will not be really hard. But yeah, we are not the right people to answer that. You can just go ahead to any of your bank that you would want and just get a query resolved,
Okay.
right? And yeah, Akshat, you can go ahead with the other part of the question. Yeah. Yes, Akshat, I think you were taking up the second part of the question
the
regarding the
first part
specialization.
being, he was asking that, it's all depends on you, Bandi. You have kind of two try semester when you join the college to, gain knowledge about what the placement scenario is and, what kind of what kind of specialization you want to live with. So, it's subjective. I can't answer that question to you actually. But you'll have ample time when you get admitted to the college, and you'll have ample time to think about all the possible scenarios that you can land up in. So don't worry about it now. Just start preparing for your interviews. That's it.
Okay, another question: how to not get panic 5 minutes before the interview? I just and it happened to me. One of the B school interview I completed. He asked me the president of India, no, defense minister of India. I said Ramnath Kovind instead of Rajnath Singh. So it was so stupid, right? So how to don't get panic?
It's not stupid. You always got scared before the interview, so it's just perfectly fine. So make sure you take deep breaths, and the best advice I can give you before answering any question, take a break of 5 to 10 seconds and think about the question he has asked and then start answering it. Just don't spontaneously start answering the question, because it's better to articulate your answer, think about what you're going to say the next a minute or two. So, have patience, listen the question carefully, and take a break of 10 seconds before replying to the question the interview have asked to you.
Okay, thank you. You're always
Excuse
great.
me.
Thank you for asking every question, answering every question.
Thank you, Bandi.
Excuse me.
I think Arun can take up the question.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
Um,
you're audible.
yeah, so I just posted that question in the chat. So my question is, I have 90.19 percentile in CAT. I have applied for, IMT Ghaziabad. So will I get a chance to get shortlisted for the interview? Can any of you suggest? My, ACATS was very good. I have 95 plus in 10th and 12th, and I have 8.8 CGPA in my graduation, graduation. I have 2.5 years experience in TCS, Tata Consultancy Service, and I'm not in a managerial position. So I just need to know whether I will get a call or not.
Actually, Arun, we are not in a position to answer that question, because it always depends on the pool of applicants we get in the process. So I'm
Okay.
sorry, we can't answer that question to you.
Okay, no bias also. At least some 60% hope. If you can give me, I will be starting my preparation for the current affairs and all. That's why.
Of course,
You
you
know
should
what,
start
Me.
for, you'll
yeah,
surely get a call, most probably get a call for IMT Ghaziabad. If you don't get the call of IMT Ghaziabad, you'll surely get the call for Hyderabad and Nagpur campuses.
I
Excuse
So,
me.
believe
I have a
you can
query.
do this. I can just give me a minute, Harini. Arun, I think right now, other than worrying about if you'll get a call or not, focus on your preparation. Okay, you have done your best. You have filled your form, and that is important. And then yes, if it is viable this year, and if the institute feels that you are a proper candidate, you will get a call. But right now, instead of worrying if you'll get a call or not, focus on your preparation. Yeah, Harni, you were asking a question. Yes, go ahead.
I have a query stating that my 10th has been in abroad and my intermediate is. I'm pursuing my MIT, like I'm pursuing my graduation in MIT right now in Hyderabad branch, and I attempted my CAT with a low percentile. So I'm able to get my seat into the IMT, any of the campuses.
Harini, we couldn't get your question. Like, you have got less in CAT. I could just hear that.
Yes, I have received my CAT percentile score so less.
See, honestly, if you are meeting the eligibility criteria, then only you will be called for the next round. So we have stated the eligibility for Hyderabad and Nagpur as 75% are in CAT and ZAT, and 90 plus for IMT Ghaziabad. So if you're meeting that criteria, you will be, there are other things that will be taken care of. But yes, at least for the eligibility, you will be facing that only. No such roadblocks.
Yeah,
Guys,
as you
if you
previously
if you
said,
have any questions, yeah, Harni, go ahead.
as you said previously, starting of the meeting that there's also consideration of personal academics and all personal. So through that can't be any of the chances to get in.
I would like to just stop you right there. And this is for everybody who has raised their hands if they want to ask questions regarding this. guys, we are not in the selection committee, okay? And what parameters get what weightage, if your academics are more important, if your work ex is more important, if you have low academic and great cat score, if you have low cat score or great academic, it is very, very dynamic. Okay, it all depends on the interviewer, how you give your interview. And before that also, we have got a lot of applications. Okay, we get that every year. And we are not at a, even if you contact any of the faculty, I don't think so anybody will tell you if you have a 90% chance of getting a call from IMT Ghaziabad, Nagpur or Hyderabad, right? Because it is very relative to the applicants that we as an university get. Okay, so what parameters have more weightage, we really can't help you on that. But if you have any queries regarding the admission process or the even the placements of any of the campuses, any other thing, we are open to that. So if anybody of you has any other queries other than just will I get admitted, will I get a call, then only please raise your hands. Other than that, we'll not entertain any other queries.
Hi, presently. Arun here. I have one question. Shall I?
Go ahead.
Arun, yeah,
Just last
okay, go ahead.
question.
Yeah.
Then we'll
Yeah. So I don't have any idea about which specialization I need to choose. So is it mandatory for me to know about the specialization and go for the interview, or I can simply tell them that I don't have any idea about specialization. I will first study in the first year and I will decide accordingly. Shall I choose this answer, or is it
Arun,
mandatory to?
I think we did answer this question before as well, right? For PI, it's not compulsory or mandatory for you to go with the specialization. That the PI is not to know how well prepared are you for in your MBA, how well concrete are you. They are here to know how much you want to learn. And it's completely fine if you don't if you're not very sure about your specialization. You can just say it honestly, whatever your thoughts are on any of the fields that you're interested in. Yeah, it's not compulsory.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So I think no more questions.
Yeah.
We'll not be taking any more questions.
There was one question, and you said that you will be answering later. So, please walk us through the profile-based application.
Okay, Saurabh. So I'll tell you. So in a week or so, you will get a mail that the profile-based calls. You can go to the portal. There will be a thorough manual regarding it, and it will be stating every rule and every minimum eligibility criteria. Go through it. Right now, we have not opened that form. It will take a week or so, but when the forms open, you will surely receive a notification from our committee. You will surely get a mail. You will surely get a manual regarding it. So don't worry. It will have everything comprehensively to fill the form. So don't worry about it right now. You'll surely get the mail.
Sure. Thank you.
And all other information regarding the profile-based calling criteria are posted on the website. Okay, so just go and check. If regarding sports, there is a list of the sports that will be admitted by the committee. And regarding every other thing, it's already there on the website. Also, lately, if anybody of you have any other comments on
Tejasvi, can you please Tejasvi?
Tejasvi, can you just mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. So we are falling short of time. We'll be wrapping up this session. If you have any other queries, you can shoot up all your queries at admissions@imt.edu.
Ma'am, I have one small query. Can I ask? Just small.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ma'am, I have gap after my graduation for UPSC preparation. Will it affect my chances to get admission?
No, Abhinav, it will not affect your chances. Just make sure that you cover up your gap year and justify that it was for a greater purpose in your life. That will not be an issue in your interview.
Okay, thank you so much.
Actually, okay, Abhinav, Akshat said that it will not affect your chances. It may or may not affect. We are
Yeah, I want to know that will it affect significantly?
I am not at a position to tell you what the interviewer is looking for in you or as an applicant. Right? I'm not aware. I don't know anybody of us is aware of your profile exactly, right? And so we cannot tell you surely if your gap year would affect or not. We can just tell you that be honest and just whatever is good, whatever you think is good in your application or your resume, you can. I've told you, right? In your interview, you will decide the flow of your interview. That has been the case with, I think, all of us, right? So if your interviewer is really asking you about your gap year, just be honest. But significantly or insignificantly, or it may or may not affect, I'm sorry, we cannot answer that question. We
Okay.
don't, we genuinely don't know. Yeah. So
Okay. Thank you.
yeah, and if you want to get answer this query, you can always shoot up this query at I'm admissions@imt.edu. Guys, I have already said that in the chat box also, I think. Please shoot up all your queries regarding admissions, anti-admissions at I'm admissions@imt.edu. Thank you for joining with us today and bearing with us. We are obliged to answer to your queries, and we all hope to see you soon in any of our campuses. Yeah. So
Thank you,
Pranjali,
ma'am.
I want to add
yeah,
something. If you have any queries, you can go to our official Telegram page. You can post your queries on our WhatsApp group. Oh, sorry, on our Facebook group. You can post and you can also post your queries on Pagal Guy. And if you want our personal feedback, if you think you're not able to shoot up a question in public, you all know our name now most probably. Send us request on LinkedIn maybe, so we can have a chat or two. Cool.
So in
and
case,
recording for this session will be available on our Facebook page. So you can go it. Yeah. Yeah, Radhya. Yeah.
yeah, in case you have to know about our personal experiences at IMT, at any of the IMT campuses, you can connect with us, as Akshat said. That's all, Pranjali. We can wrap it up now.
Okay, Sai Anurag or Akshat, if you can just post the links of the Telegram group or the Facebook group in the chat box. I think they'll join us there. Yeah,
Sure,
guys,
I'll
that is a
do
24 into 7 open group for query resolution. You can shoot up your questions there as well. And we all are there. So yeah, you can do that. We'll be wrapping up the session. Thank you for joining with us. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Goodbye.
Thank you, guys.